Skin structure. Skin consists of two main layers, which are epidermis layer, it is the outer layer of the skin, and dermis layer, it is the inner layer of the skin. Epidermis layer can classified into upper part of epidermis and inner part of epidermis. The upper part of epidermis consists of a large number of dead cells which contain a substance called keratin, while the inner surface or the inner layer of epidermis contains in its base pigment cells. These pigment cells produce a pigment called melanin pigment. This pigment is responsible for giving the skin its color. And the upper part of this layer can produce new cells to regenerate the losing cells or the dead cells from the upper part of epidermis. Second, the inner layer of the skin, and it is called dermis layer. Dermis layer contains many structures. Number 1, sweat gland. Number 2, hair follicle. Number 3, blood vessels. Number 4, sensory nerves. Number 5, fatty cells. Number 6, some muscles that surround the hair. Number 1, sweat gland. Sweat gland is a thin coiled tube which extracts sweat components from the skin. It extracts sweat components and reach it on the surface of the skin through a duct called sweat duct till it reaches its surface and get out from the body through an opening called sweat pores. So, sweat gland consists of 3 main parts. Sweat duct, this is coiled part. Sweat tube, okay? Sweat tube or duct. Sweat gland, the coiled part. And sweat pores. What is its main function? Extracting sweat component from the blood and get rid from it. Sweat gland is known as the functional unit of excretion in skin. It means that this gland is the gland which is responsible for the excretory function of the skin. Number 2, the hair. The hair consists of hair follicle in the dermis layer, hair follicle in dermis layer, and the hair on the surface of epidermis. Hair follicle is surrounded by a fatty gland. What is the importance of this fatty gland? This fatty gland is responsible for facilitating the exit of the hair from the skin and keeps the hair soft and moist. This is the function of fatty gland. Also, there are erector muscles surround the hair. When they muscles contract, they help in the movement of the hair. Number 3, sensory ends. Sensory ends. What is the function of sensory ends that reach to the skin? Sensory end can respond to touch, to pain, to pressure, to temperature. It means that the skin has an important sensory function beside the excretory function. The last part inside the dermis layer is the large number of blood capillaries. What is the importance of blood capillaries? Blood capillaries supply the skin with its requirement, with food, with oxygen, and any other material.